In this video, we're going to look at the last lot of simultaneous equations when we're solving algebraically, and where we have to multiply both equations by amount so that we get matching coefficients. As always, let's start by labeling 1, 2. Now I'm going to times the top equation by 3, because that's going to give me 6h, and the bottom equation by 2 to give me negative 6h. So let's just write them over here. So I've got 1 dash here, 15g plus 6h is equal to 36. And then 2 dash, I've got 8g take away 6h is equal to 10. And let's add them. 15g plus 8g is 23g. 6h plus negative 6h is 0h, so that's been eliminated. And 36 add 10 is 46. So 23g equals 46, so g is going to be equal to 2. So first thing done, let's sub into 1. So we've got 5g plus 2h is equal to 12. So 5 times 2 plus 2h is equal to 12. So 5 times 2 is 10. 10 plus 2h is equal to 12. And we're going to have, take away 10 from both sides. 2h is equal to 2. H equals 1. Let's check those here in the second equation. 4g minus 3h is equal to 5. So 4 times what g is, well, g is 2. Take away 3 times what h is, which is 1. So I'm going to have 8 take away 3 equals 5, which it does. Therefore, my answers are g equals 2 and h equals 1. Let's move on to this second example. Have a look at the two equations. What you'll notice, there's no negative signs on these. So whatever multiples I take of each of these two equations, if I add them together, I'm never going to eliminate a variable. So when this is the case, when you have same signs, then you subtract them. So let's go through and I'll show you what we need to do. Label them, 1, 2. I'm going to times the top one by 5 and the bottom one by 2. And we would get, so 1 dash here, 15y plus 10x is equal to 25. And then 2 dash, we're going to have 4y plus 10x is equal to 14. Okay, so if I was to add them, the y's and the x's would still be there, but I'm going to take them away. So 15y take away 4y is 11y. 10x take away 10x is 0, it eliminates. 25 take away 14 is 11. 11y equals 11, so y equals 1. So let's sub that into 1. And we're going to get 3 times 1 plus 2x is equal to 5. So 3 plus 2x is equal to 5. Take away 3 from both sides. 2x is equal to 2 and x equals 1. Y equals 1, x equals 1. Let's always check in that other one just to make sure that we got it right. So into 2 we're looking at now. So that's 2y plus 5x is equal to 7. So we're going to have 2 times 1 plus 5 times 1. Well, it's looking good. 2 plus 5 is 7, so I have got it right. And therefore my answers are x equals 1 and y equals 1. Final example here. Well, in this case we have got negatives, but they're for the same coefficient. So again, if I was to add any multiples of these equations together, they wouldn't eliminate a variable. So as with the same one, if you have same signs with the coefficients of the same variables, then you've got to subtract. So same signs, subtract. So let's work through this. We've got 1 and 2 here. I'm going to multiply the first one by 3 and the second one by 2. So I'm going to have the same amounts of p. So we're going to have 6p take away 21e is equal to 4872. And then 2, I'm going to have 6p minus 4e is equal to 38. So this time I'm going to subtract because I've got same signs. So 6p take away 6p disappears. Negative 21e take away negative 4e. Well, that's negative 21 add 4, so it's negative 17e. And 72 take away 38 would be 34. Divide both sides by negative 17, the number in front of the letter, and I get e equals negative 2. Let's sub into equation 2 this time to find out what p would be. So 3p, that's equation 2, take away 2 lots of e, well that's negative 2 is equal to 19. So we've got 3p, negative 2 times negative 2 is positive 4. I'm going to get 3p, taking away 4 from both sides, 3p equals 15, and just putting on the end here. So dividing both sides by 3 to find out what p is 5. Okay, let's check that. Now, as I substituted that into 2, I've got to check it in 1, which is 2p minus 7e is equal to 24. Well, p is 5, and e is negative 2. And then we've got 2 times 5 is 10. Negative 7 times negative 2 is positive 14. And 10 plus 14 is 24. So I've got the right answers. And my answers are e equals negative 2 and p equals 5.